This video will overview how to use Microsoft OneDrive, which is part of the Office 365 suite. To begin, students should go to office.com. We're going to be using the online version of OneDrive as it's the most compatible across all of the different devices that are available and the easiest one to show in a single video. So once you've navigated to office.com, go to sign in. And you're going to sign in with your Grand Erie email address. And you'll be using the same password that you use to log into your school computers. And that'll bring you to a landing page on Office, which is sort of has a variety of different tools available to you. So, being able to use Word Online and those types of things. But what you want to do is go up to the waffle, which is this sort of icon right here. Click there, and the first one that appears is OneDrive. OneDrive is essentially a place where you're going to store all of your information in the cloud so that no matter what device you're using, you're going to have access to all of your schoolwork. And that's the key. If you grab a computer in one class and save it to the desktop or the documents, when you go to put that computer back, you're no longer going to have access to those files again unless you grab the same computer, which can be pretty problematic. So once you're into OneDrive, the first thing I want to show you is creating a folder. So it's really good practice that for each semester that you should have a folder for each of your classes. So I'm going to go up to New, and I go to Folder, and then it will ask you to name it. I'm just going to name it English. And once you press Create, you'll see it there up at the top. I'm going to click there and go into it. And from there, I can create Word documents, Excel, PowerPoints, and they'll actually put them all into here. The other thing that you can do is drag and drop items from a flash drive, or if you do have items saved to your desktop, you can put it all here as well. So I'm going to create a quick Word document. Let's say I'm working on an English assignment. As soon as you open a Word document, the number one thing you want to do is name it. Otherwise, you're going to have a ton of documents called untitled, and you won't know what any of them are. And in order to title it, all you do is just go up to the bar just right here, and you'd want to name it after whatever the assignment is. So let's say this is a 5-paragraph essay. And I know where it's going in my OneDrive because it's telling me it's going to go in my OneDrive into my English folder. And it's going in my English folder because that's where I went into the Word document. And then I'm going to press enter. And at that point, it is now saved. And if I go back, I'll now see the document here as well. And if I refresh, it will change the name. And now I know it's not just some random document. This is my 5-paragraph essay that I've been working on. Now, the other thing I can do is, let's say I'm working on this 5-paragraph essay with a partner, or I want my partner to edit this. I can actually share this to them as well. So what I would do is I'd go over just to this little button right here. It's kind of the send button or share button. Click there, and this gives you a couple different options on the ways you can share it. One of the easiest ways would be to just type in the name of the person that you want to share it with. Click there, and now you'll see them pop up there. And if you want that person just to view it by default, when you press send, they will get a copy of this, or they'll get access to it, but they will only be able to view it. And you know that because it has the little pencil mark with an X through it. If I want the person to be able to edit it, I would click there and I press can edit. You will have to type in the full name of your peers. They generally won't appear automatically, so you'll have to get their full email and type in their full email. The other thing that you can do is just copy the link and email it that way. So if I press copy here, I now have a shareable link that I can share to anyone. And by default here is set it over to edit, but I can click there and I can actually have a few different settings where I can set it so that you can, again, view or edit. Generally speaking, that's kind of the main button in this box that you want to be able to use. Okay, so then if I've shared it, it's going to tell me that I've shared it. I know that I've shared it with Katie, so she now has editable access to it. The other thing that you can do is still have folders within folders too. So right now, early on in a course, I may have only a few different documents, but as I work my way through different units, it also is probably a great idea to do a unit folder. So I might do unit 1 as I'm progressing here, and my folder's starting to get more and more stuff in it. There's my unit 1 folder, and I can actually drag and drop things into it. So if I right click, hold, and move it over, it'll actually drop that right into unit 1 so that it's there. Okay. Any of this stuff can also be deleted. You would just click there and press delete, print, any of that type of stuff. But this is basically your filing folder system that can be great for any face-to-face class or e-learning.